So what exactly is this, Doug? It looks like it collects rainwater.
Yeah, this is a precipitation sensor, and it's built in this function so that it tries to collect the most accurate amount of rainfall. So certainly it's a big looking device, but it measures rainfall. Yeah.
So Doug, why do we always hear about the weather forecast from the Kelowna airport when we're actually measuring here, are we? Or?
It's the observations come from the airport. NAV Canada is a partner with Environment Canada, and they do the weather observations at many airports across Canada. Historically, that's where the weather information was taken for the safety of the aircraft. But we're starting to get sensors at different places. So Environment Canada just recently installed this one here. It's not yet fully quite functional. It's only partly getting online. Part of the information gets to the forecasters. But Environment Canada is really concerned about monitoring the environment in the long term. So we have stations that are going in at different parts of the country, and this is an example of one of them here.
Now the airport's in a frost pocket, isn't it? So the temperatures tend to be cooler there.
It is, yes.
Certainly than on my deck, in the shade even.
There's a lot of differences between the airport and downtown. In the summer, actually, the lake is probably about 5 degrees colder than the airport during the afternoon. So when you hear the temperature from NAV Canada at the airport, it's really one of the warmest parts of the city. You know, and much of the inland parts of Kelowna would be about that warm.
In the winter, it's
probably
opposite,
it's reversed, right? In the winter.
Yeah.
It's about 10 degrees colder than the lakefront in downtown Kelowna, and the cold, still nights. It's really a big difference.
Let's talk about the weather a little bit. Nobody likes to shoot the messenger, as you're the guy. But what in the world is happening in May there with all the rain?
Well, you know what? May is normally the start of our monsoon season. So the first 2 weeks of May, we say, are usually drier, and sure enough, we had nearly record-breaking heat and record-breaking in some areas. And then from about mid-May till the first week or 10 days of July is our monsoon season.
What causes that?
That's the time of year when the sun is at its highest, right? We're at the longest day of the year, so we have the most possible incoming solar heating. And what happens is just really heats up the western part of North America, develops showers and thunderstorms, and the whole flow pattern kind of changes from in the middle of winter. So instead of the flow coming from the southwest, giving us dryness because the mountains to the west protect us, the flow often comes from the south or southeast, and then we get these rains.
Okay.
And so May was wetter than average this year so far, but it followed the pattern that we expect almost to the T.
And you can always guarantee in the Okanagan July 8th maybe for sun?
It's almost like clockwork. Sometimes Canada Day is great, but sometimes it's really kind of crummy and windy and cool. So, but usually by about the 7th or 10th at the very latest of July, it's like a switch. And what happens is it warms up enough in the far north and the flow pattern changes again, and we start getting into a strong ridge of high pressure, and that summertime weather really settles in, where we'll have like a few days of nice weather and then the chance of thunderstorms to break it up. But it's not like May and June where it's just a day. We're looking for the sun breaks to be long and the rain to be shorter. In the summer, it's usually the other way. The sun is here for a long time and the rain breaks are much shorter.